Hey everyone, so this is my review of American Horror Story Roanoke, episode 7, called Chapter 7, and basically what this episode is about is that with this being the second installment of Return to Roanoke, and the blood moon is slowly starting to rise up into the sky, the members of the household start to deal with a lot more troublesome problems, and they have to sort of work together to try and survive. And this was a really great episode that managed to get rid of a lot of people in just one episode, which was really kind of amazing to me. Just how much death they managed to fit into this one episode. And I was really wrong about, I think his name was Sidney, lasting. Because in the last episode I said that he might be the one person to survive all this. I was really wrong about that because he barely lasted maybe 5 minutes in this episode. And just the way that he died and the whole pretty much rest of the film crew died was so brutal. And it kind of shows to the members in the house that they are truly alone now on this blood moon week. And they have no one coming to help them and nothing's gonna happen. They are pretty much stuck there. And that's really sad, but also makes me super excited to see what's gonna happen. I really enjoyed all the scenes with the group of girls going out into the woods to try and find Sydney or find some kind of help or just something. Those scenes were really well done and really organized in my mind. And they did a good job at showing just a terrible thing after a terrible thing after a terrible thing. And yes, I do have to say that in those moments, some of the shaky cam moments did get a little annoying, but just how well the three girls were acted kind of made up for it, in my opinion, at least for me. And then I really enjoyed that in this episode they finally started to introduce the real versions of these ghosts that some of the actors had to play, and seeing these real ghosts that Shelby, Matt, and Lee had to deal with. And just seeing how much more terrifying these ghosts were than they were in the being acted in the Roanoke Nightmare. The real versions are so much more terrifying and creepy and dark, and I really enjoyed it for that reason because it was just so good to see them, and I hope to see more of them as the next episodes come along. I did also really like the actress who played the butcher in this episode, just seeing her slowly going mad and dealing with having basically two different personalities. And just she was so brutal in this episode because she did most of the murdering. And just seeing like I said, just seeing her have to deal with her real version where she knows what she's doing is wrong and all this stuff, and the butcher version thinking that everything is right and okay, and just seeing her have to deal with that and seeing that she has trouble sometimes with doing all this stuff was kind of cool. And then finally having that last moment of this episode be her finally meeting the real butcher, I think was a perfect idea to do. And then I was really surprised by Shelby in this episode and just everything that happened to her. And I kind of can't wait to see more of the fallout of all that happened to her in the episodes to come and see how she has to deal with that, or what might happen to her if she's one of the people who dies. And then I really want to see more of the witch in the episodes to come, because she was kind of reintroduced in this episode, but for the briefest of moments, so I kind of hope to see more of her in the episodes to come. And I do have to say, overall, I really enjoyed this episode, and I cannot wait for more. So, yeah, that's my review of American Horror Story Roanoke, episode 7, called Chapter 7. So,